Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Murdoch. I am one of the owners of Avenue 912. Thank you for joining us tonight. Usually, I have my sidekick here, Larissa, but Larissa is unable to make it tonight. So hopefully, she'll be back next Monday to join us and give her insight. Um, we have a few guests tonight that I think you know and love, Doug Clapp and Chris Sulzer from the band Small Town. They're also in other bands throughout the region. They are very, very well known, and we are going to have them on here shortly, where I think they're going to be doing some of their a few acoustic songs for us if we're lucky enough. And we have some few surprises along the way. Get right into it. I just wanted to bring up. We actually have a sponsor today, so I wanted to give a big shout out to Green Balance. Green Balance is a CBD and wellness store. They are locally owned. They're actually right there in Crown Point. A couple of my good friends, Ryan and Karen, they do a wonderful job. So if you are interested in the CBD world, give them a call or actually visit their website. I think they have a 30% off sale going on right now. So it might be a great time to go ahead and stock up for the holidays. So, with that, I wanted to jump right into our schedule. So, our schedule we have upcoming. We have the Rocky Horror Picture Show that's coming up on Thursday. And you say, well, Thursday, what's going on? I think Thursday's a big day. We have Thanksgiving on Thursday. Yes, we do have Thanksgiving, but when you're done stuffing your face, why don't you head down to Avenue 912 where the Rocky Horror Picture Show um, will be on at 8, starting at 8 o'clock. I think the show actually starts at 10, but get there around 8, have a couple of cocktails, and get moving from there. We do have next to 16 Candles with One Up. One Up just played recently with um, Jump, which was last week, and I guess that show was off the chart. Fantastic, high energy, great time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. I was at my son's football game where they actually did win semi-state, so we're very proud and very happy to be going down to Indianapolis this week to root on our Crown Point Bulldogs. After 16 Candles and One Up, we have Lynn Skinnard and with Automatic Noise on the second, and from there we have another bingo night. We ride bingo night for the Riley's Children's Hospital. That starts at noon. That is all money raised at the door will go to Riley's Children's Hospital. So please come out and support that great cause. And then we have Small Town. Small Town is a John Mellencamp tribute band, and Eras will be opening up for them. If you haven't seen Eras, Eras is pretty much what you imagine it might be. They go through the eras of the rock and roll. So I think it's like 60s, 70s, 80s. I'll have to ask Doug a little bit more about that band, but yeah, they are going to open up for Small Town, and then we have on the 9th we have well, it says breakfast with Santa, but it's really brunch with Santa. The time is 10 to 1. We do have, it says TBA, but we actually do have the time. That is on our website. If you want to go ahead and get tickets for that, you can. We will have a Santa on stage. Bring your children. Children under 3 are free. And that should be a good time. And then the same night, we have Toys for Tot, which is a fundraiser with Nate Vendarelli, who is going to be headlining it. Actually, he'll be around 7 o'clock, I believe, that night. And then we have Grindstone, which is a good local rock band, will be closing it out. More information on our website of all the local artists that will be on that day. And then, of course, Echoes of Pompeii. It's called Echoes of Christmas. Echoes of Christmas music show. If you haven't seen Echoes of Christmas, go take a look at Echoes of Pompeii or Mr. Funnyman's website, even our website, our Facebook page. Scroll down, and they have a couple of videos that they just released, which has over 20-some thousand views of them doing some Christmas songs, which you'll see here at Avenue 912. Really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, and just enough for the holidays. It's going to be a great time. Then we have a Hairbangers Ball, Jimmy Sarr. I'm not going to read the rest of them, but you can go through them yourself. But again, there's going to be some good talent here at Avenue 912. I'm going to bring up here shortly. We have Chris and we have Doug. I'm going to take this off. Forgive me. You'd think I would know how to do this by now, but I do not. I think I got you muted, but I got to unmute you here. There you go. Are you there? Hello. I can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now.
Maybe we muted you.
That, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I wish I could mute myself sometimes. Let me tell you.
How are you, sir?
We have Chris on the left, on your screen to the left, and Doug on the right, and they are from Small Town. I know that they are also in a couple other big bands around the area as well, but we will be showcasing them on December 8th at 7 o'clock. Eras is going to start, kick it off, and then we're going to go with you guys at 9 o'clock. So we're really excited. Not your first time here. I think it's your third time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is correct. Yep.
Yeah,
so absolutely. We always have a blast there, and I think the last time we were there with a Tom Petty tribute band, and this time we're here with our friends from Eras, and they are an excellent band. Here I am already. I'm talking about them before we talk about Small Town. What's up with that?
Well, I think people want to know. People definitely want to know. The reason why I do this show is because I want. A lot of times people come up to me and they go, I love that band. They want to know more about you guys. They want to know more about the band themselves. Who's in the band, what you can tell us a little bit about. Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, there's this Eras band. Some people have not even heard of them, so they don't even know what kind of music they play. They know what you play because it's in the title of your Small Town, a John Mellencamp Tribute Band. So, but Eras is a little bit different.
It's kind of interesting, Pat, because when we talked about this before, the bass player Brian Gully was in one of my previous bands called Overdue, and these guys are doing some really cool stuff right now. It's called Eras because they do music from the 70s. They do music from the 80s, the 90s, and today. And it kind of sounds, well, that's a cover band, and it is, but they kind of compartmentalize them, and they'll do some stuff from the 70s for a little bit. And they kind of have the shtick where they dress up in those outfits.
I think one person dresses like they're from the 70s, one from the 80s, one from the 90s,
and so on. And they're all seasoned musicians, and they're a lot of fun. So for us, they're just getting started, and they've opened up for us 2 or 3 times now, and they've always gone over really, really well. A lot of people always ask us where are they going to be next, and of course they're going to be with us, Small Town, which is really why we're here.
Absolutely.
That was a segue. That was a pretty good segue.
That was a great segue. So yes, tell us about yourselves and tell us how you got started in this music biz.
You want to do it, or you want me to?
Oh man, like in general, or this particular band?
Well, I know you're in a couple other large bands around the area. You tell us. I'm just here to facilitate a little bit about. Hey, I want people to get to know Chris and get to know Doug.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll start. Yeah, my dad is a musician. He doesn't really play out anymore, but in the 60s and 70s, he was in several bands and played several nights a week. Plus, he held down a day job too, and I just was always in the basement watching his band practice and rehearse, and I eventually started learning how to play the guitar and the bass when I was, 9 or 10, and probably when I was about 13, he grabbed me and he said, I need a bass player, let's go. And took me to a gig and paid me for it, and that was it, really.
You got a little taste.
I wound up playing in a band with my dad for several years in the late 80s, early 90s. And we had a good time. He taught me a whole lot.
That's excellent. I did not know that. See, that's why we do these conversations. I had no idea that's how you got started. That's a very good story. Great deal. And then you moved on to a couple other bands that I've heard of. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Mega Beatles, probably one of the other biggest ones. Chris and Lou, acoustic duo. Before that, it was Acoustic X, the band Electric X. Even bands before that. I've been playing professionally for probably 34 years now.
Wow. That's
35 years.
Excellent.
And he's only 37.
Yeah. I just turned 37 again yesterday. Yeah.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Saturday, yeah. I turned big 5'4".
Oh.
Next year is double nickels. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what?
Hang it up.
No. Just getting started. Just getting started. All right, Doug, your turn.
Yeah. So I have a completely different background. I am in banking. I've been a banker for 5 years. And I fell into it a long time ago. But my favorite story really is I was getting to the point where I thought I was going to wrap it up. And I had been doing the cover band circuit for a long time and came into a local sports bar. Chris and Lou were playing that night. And Chris and I knew each other, but just kind of in the circle. We didn't really know each other that well. And same with Lou. And they were playing acoustic. And he came up and asked if I wanted to do a song. And I'm horrible with remembering lyrics, which Chris can probably attest. Because whenever he sings backups and I change the lyrics, that that's always fun and frustrating for him. But so I told him, I said the song I probably could do is Pink Houses. I think I know all the lyrics to that. Got up and did that, and afterwards he kind of said, you kind of sound a little bit like him. And he's like, if you ever want to screw around, and we talked about doing John Mellencamp Tribute just on a whim, and it was a joke. Really, it really truly was. But for me, when he said that, I'm a huge Mellencamp fan going back to, when I was younger, and so is Chris, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
When it's all said and done. Yeah. And we learned that about each other. And without hesitation, I started trying to find people that would be interested. And it took us a long time. Really, it was the drummer that ended up being the toughest position to fill. We had a great guy named Scott Reeder, but he just lived a couple hours away, and it just wasn't conducive for him. And then we struggled for a while to find the right percussionist and drummer. And you think John Mellencamp's a simple artist to play, but not on drums. Yeah. Kenny Aronoff is kind of a beast. So
there you go.
With that, eventually we started talking. We needed to make some changes on bass, and we ended up bringing Lou, who obviously plays with Chris. Yeah. And Lou's cousin Shane at the time, who plays drums, happened to be looking for a gig. And those guys, all three of them, have been playing together since they were little. And the minute they stepped into the studio for practice and rehearsal, it was evident that was the glue and legit. And Chris basically put this band together when it was all said and done.
Jim, the guitarist, he played with me before in the Alan Ronco band, a country band for several years. So I knew that Jim and I were a great, fit, because we played together for a long time as well. And then Jen, the
Jen Cimbala,
she plays that violin thing. Yeah. Yep. I didn't really know Jen. She was maybe a year younger than me in high school. But I knew of her. And I said, well, I know this girl, Jen. I don't know if she's really any good. And Doug said, she's in the band. Call her up.
You're not going to find another female violinist, anytime
soon. So
we
did, and there she is, and everybody loves her. She's got her own little following.
Yeah, she does.
That they just wait all night for her to sing that "The Winter Days Last Forever"
on Cherry Bomb.
And Cherry Bomb.
Yeah.
And they cheer like mad when she sings it. So.
And then to round it out, we have Bob Heckler, who he's our keyboard player and our accordion player, and he's interesting in his own right because Bob has been doing his own thing. Bob, the piano man, for a long time. He plays at Wrigleyville a lot of people come up and they're like, "Oh my God, I saw you at one of the Cubs games at one of the
Piano
bars."
Bob, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's been doing that. He's been well known doing that, and he really fought the idea of coming into a band because he's been so successful on his own, doing his own thing. But I think it was evident for him too when he saw what this could potentially be. He signed up, and so yeah, it's something that never in a million years did I think we were ever trying to make this thing something.
Right.
But I think we all realized there's a lot of potential here, and we just didn't realize either how many Mellencamp fans there really were.
Yeah.
And when we put the band together, I think we told everybody, look, we only want to play a few times a year.
Yeah.
Just for kicks. And it's turned into something way bigger than that for us.
We did almost 30 gigs in 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
We're starting to venture outside of Indiana, and
That's
and
excellent.
it's
That-
going
that-
pretty well.
So, Doug, just before we move on a little bit, you said you were in a couple of bands. I got a couple of slides here. What's this? What's this one?
So this is a shot of me and my daughter.
Yeah.
Actually, after I was in a band called Overdue for a very long time.
Yeah, I got a picture of that one as well. There you go.
Yep. That was a few years ago. But, yeah, so my daughter kind of followed suit a little bit, and she sings, and she was more on the country genre. But yeah, so we started this band, and I put a band together when she was 18, and we started playing the local bars and venues, and had to sign waivers and everything for her to get into the bar.
Right.
Yeah, which was interesting and a whole different ball of wax. But yeah, so that's my baby girl, and
That's
she's
great.
27 today. So she was like
Happy
19.
birthday.
She was like
Happy
19
birthday.
when that happened.
Like today?
Yeah, she's 27 today. It was in October.
Today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
That picture, she was I think 18 or 19. So
We got another picture here, Doug.
Where's did
that?
you get that? Oh my
That was
God.
you when you were a DJ, huh?
That is me. Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, so my interesting before I went to college for radio communications, and I spent 7 years in radio. Worked with Mike Summers from Indiana 105 for a number of years.
Yeah.
Worked at WCKG in Chicago for a few years. But yeah, that was my pre-banking career. I was in radio for 7 years. So
Well,
yeah, the music's near and dear to me. I just, I wanted to stay close to it somehow, and if I wasn't going to be doing the DJ thing, this kind of seemed to be a fun fit.
I got a couple more pictures, a courtesy of your lovely girlfriend. So we're gonna go back a little. So this
God,
who wears short shorts, huh? This is definitely the 70s, the early 80s.
what are you doing here, Pat?
Don't blame me. Don't
God,
blame
that's
me. I got just a couple more, and that's it. Then we'll move on to some other things. But we have another picture.
What are you doing, man?
These are beautiful.
Oh my God! I'm glad my mom brought out the bowl when she was coming there that day. What the hell?
Yeah, and we have, Christmas is coming up. We have brunch with Santa, so we thought maybe you might want to come on by and sit on.
Man,
Mr. Roper from
Oh my
Three's
goodness!
Company.
Yeah, the price for December 8th just went up, Pat.
Well, anyways, I just thought I would, again.
Where are pictures of Chris?
You know what? I was going to get. I need your information for your lovely wife so I can get that next time. So.
Oh my goodness.
That was.
Did Aaron have something to do with that?
Aaron definitely had something to do with that. You think I got those pictures?
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you. Yeah, the price went up.
Yeah. Well, with
funny.
that, I would love to start. We're going to segue. That's a rough segue. We're going to rough segue into you guys doing a little acoustic song for us.
Sure.
What song you got to do?
Yeah, so we're going through it, and I think we're gonna do one that I think everybody knows. "Rain on the Scarecrow," if it's all right.
That sounds great.
Everybody knows that one, right? I hope.
Yeah.
I know it. Do you know it?
I don't know if I know
hope
it.
You know it.
We did have a conversation about lyrics, so I may not know it, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Scarecrow on the wooden cross, Blackbird in the barn. In 400 empty acres that used to be my farm. I grew up like my daddy did. My grandpa cleared this land. When I was 5, I walked the fence. My grandma held my hand. Rain on Scarecrow, blood on the plow. This is the land that fed a nation. Yeah, this land that made me proud. And son, I'm just sorry, they're just memories for you now. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Hey! Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Those crops grew last summer, weren't enough to pay the loan. Couldn't buy the seed to plant this spring. Farms beg for clothes. They call my old friend Sherman up to auction off the land. Said, Johnny's just my job, and I hope you understand. They call it your job, old house. Sure don't make it right. If you want me to, I say a prayer for your soul tonight. Grandma's on the front porch with the Bible in her hand. Sometimes I hear singing, take me to the promised land. You take away man's dignity, you can't work those fields of plow. Come on, rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Oh! Come on, Chris. Small town, December 8th, Avenue 912. It's 97 crosses planted in the courthouse yard, and 97 families, and I'm 97 farms. I'm thinking about my grandpa, my neighbors, and my name. Some nights feel like time. Like Scarecrow in the rain, yeah. Rain on Scarecrow, blood on the plow. The land that fed the nation. Yeah, this land that made me proud. And son, I'm just sorry, they're just memories for you now. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Hey! Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. This land that fed the nation. This land made me so proud. And son, I'm just sorry, they're just memories for you now. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Rain on the Scarecrow, blood on the plow. Hey! Yeah, Mr. Chris Sulzer on guitar.
Excellent.
All right.
That's fantastic. Love it.
That's fun.
Thanks very much.
That is wonderful, man. That is great. Yeah, December, what was it? December 8th, correct?
December 8th. Yep.
Yeah, 7 p.m. That's when the doors open. And then we're gonna have eras coming on from about 7:30 to 8:30-ish, 8:35, 40, something like that. And then we're gonna have you guys right on afterwards.
Awesome.
You guys play about 2 hours, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
if you want us to.
Oh, hey, I want you to play 3 hours, but I don't know what material.
I don't know if there's 3 hours worth of music, but
that's okay. Just start playing some Beatles songs. That's cool.
It's kind of crazy that you mentioned that. I mean, really, for a tribute, I mean, Mellencamp has 23 top 10 hits, and
wow,
and some of those B cuts that got played on XRT and stuff like that, you can legit do 2 good full hours of well-known music if you enjoyed Mellencamp in any capacity whatsoever. I mean, legit, he's got 30 plus songs that were radio friendly songs. So that is the awesome thing. I mean, you mentioned the Beatles. Of course, the Beatles have a catalog that's just crazy, but a lot of tributes do not have that radio airplay like Mellencamp does, or the Beatles, and there's many others out there. But it's always kind of fun when you have that kind of catalog to choose from. So when you do a 2-hour set, you're really playing nothing but the hits.
Yeah, it's wonderful as well. The first time we had you here, I was wondering what kind of a setup we were going to have. I didn't know if it was going to be an all seated setup where everybody was just going to be on their hands. It was not. There were so many people dancing. It was a dancing show. It really was. It was a good time, and that's how I like it. To be honest with you, I mean, it's nice to sit down and just relax and listen to music, but man, that's not what this is. I mean, you can do that. You can get a table and sit there and watch the show. It's a great time, but there's also ample opportunity if you want to get up there and shake it. You can.
You know, something about that music, about John Mellencamp's music, just makes people get out of their seat and dance.
True.
It just takes them back to the 80s, the 90s, and it was just the soundtrack of their lives. I hate that term, but it's really true.
I think though too, Pat, the cool thing about small town is at some point Mellencamp really started venturing out with the accordion, the mandolin, and the violin, and we do all of those instruments. Not me, because I can't play. The band plays all of those instruments. I mean, I think there's 11 or 12 different instruments that we play throughout the night. And none of that is sampled. None of that's pre-recorded. We don't have tracks. It is 100% live. And that's kind of where we really tried to gather our steam from the 90s shows. When Mellencamp was coming out in the late 80s and 90s, that's really the show we try to emulate. And so it's a party. It's a fun time, and we enjoy
it. A party. You know, Bob plays. He plays these instruments, and I've never even heard of these instruments. He's coming out with
the melodica.
Yeah, he plays the melodica too, which, for lack of a better, it's just a kid's little tiny piano, but
a little piano with a hose. It's kind of like that.
I never seen it before until he started playing it, but
it's like a harmonica, but with keys. You remember the band The Hooters?
Yeah.
They had a song with a melodica in it. That was one of the main instruments.
Absolutely. No, Bob is super fun, super talented, and I stress it every night on stage. There's not a night that goes by that I do not commend the band and talk about the band, because it legit is about this band. They take the Mellencamp music and they learned it, and it's all the live versions, which I think is really cool. So it's not just like the record, but it's got that energy to it.
Which we'll do important. Let's do the Farm Aid version of this, or let's do the Market Square Arena version of this.
Yeah, it's a blast.
It's a little time that went into it all.
No, it is a blast. It's a good time. The first time I saw you guys, at our place, when Bob came out there and he had his GoPro on, and he was out there in the crowd. I mean,
with the sparkly gold helmet.
Yeah, his little helmet with his GoPro, and it was pretty funny. Made me laugh. I was like, "What is going on here?"
Bob tends to climb on chairs and tables and everything else, so it's probably good that he has the helmet on.
He should always wear a helmet.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I have to say this too, and it is kind of funny. No, it's not funny. I mean, it's the truth of the story. But I remember when we were starting out and we were trying to get ourselves out there, and we were finally ready to start booking. And I think I reached out to you pretty early on, maybe even before Avenue 912 had opened. And you guys legit were one of the first ones to give us an opportunity.
True.
And I appreciate you for that. And I'm thankful for that, because it has seriously translated into, like I said, us looking at 5 or 6 gigs a year to, we did almost 30 in 23. And we've already got, I think, 15 or 16 lined up so far for 24. And I know there's a ton pending contracts. So we've signed with some agencies that we work out of. One is out of Pennsylvania. So it has really just exploded, Pat. And I thank you for giving us that opportunity to get our feet wet.
I remember meeting you for the very first time. I think we talked and we were like, yeah, we're gonna, let's do this. And then I met you at Central Park, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you were just loading in. I'm like, hey, I'm Patrick from Avenue. And you're like, hey, what's going on, Doug? And it was nice to meet you like that as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm also a fan. I'm one of the owners here. I got to do what's right for the club and make sure that we have a good crowd.
Sure.
But I mean, I go and follow you guys as well. I've been to Popcorn Fest.
I know we were talking about that before the thing started. I was telling Doug, I appreciate seeing you out there, Popcorn Fest, Rock and Rails, and you're out there having a great time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't just stay in one spot. I don't like to. I mean, I want to go out and enjoy myself as well, and I have a great time here. Don't get me wrong, but in the summertime, we're hardly open. We do other events, right? We do wedding receptions and
Sure.
Because
quinceañeras and
festivals are
other
the thing. So
yeah. So that's my free time. So I am able to go and enjoy the bands and not have to work all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go see them. So I love it.
And we talked about the Rock and Rail and Valpo Popcorn Fest. For me, two of the biggest events that we've done. I mean, to have thousands of people just singing these songs back to us, it is for me just kind of crazy,
surreal.
It is surreal.
It's nuts.
Yeah, because I can't remember lyrics, so I'm nervous that I'm going to screw them up because I got 5,000 people singing them back to me.
Yeah,
that's my worry.
I bet between the Popcorn Fest and Rock and Rails, that they were within a week or week and a half. I don't even know how many people we played to. I mean, it had to be at least 10,000 people.
Oh yeah. What does Rock and Rail bring? I mean, it was packed. I mean, all the way back. I mean,
but yeah, what a summer it was. It was awesome.
And I don't know if you have any pull to that, but we'd love to come back to the Rock and Rail thing.
We're just sponsors. We're not. I don't have pull. Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, I have opinions.
If anybody's listening,
there's some people listening that have pull. I do not. So. But yeah, anything else that you guys want to say? Because I know we're going to have to wrap this up here pretty soon. It's already 7:30. Time flies when you're having a great time. If you want to leave us with one more song or just and play us out, that'd be amazing. But if you have something else to say, let me know.
Yeah, I think for us, I mean, if you haven't bought a ticket yet to December 8th, like I said, Eris is an incredible band. And Pat and I talked about this a little bit before we went on. Small town, we have booked with some agencies that are going to take us out of the region a little bit more this year. So we're not going to be here in the region every other weekend or what have you. And we don't want to oversaturate ourselves. So we really want you to come see us when we are playing. And Avenue 912, like I said, has been a great supporter of us and getting us started. So we're always going to be loyal there. And so we would really love to pack Avenue 912 and make it a party in December.
You know what? One thing I did forget to mention, usually I give away I give away 10 free tickets. So
nice.
five pairs of tickets, 2 packs of tickets. We're going to do that again today. Let me put let me put my information on the screen so you can the first 5 people that text me get 2 free general admission tickets to the show. And why can't I? There we go. They get 2 free tickets to the show, and we will. I've been getting
texts. Did Aaron already text you? He's gonna kill me for saying that,
but give you my number. It's 219-680-0682, and I'm going to put that on the screen right now. There it is. Yeah, so the first 5 people that text me. Now, tickets are only $10, a general admission. That does not guarantee you a seat, but it does guarantee you getting into the place. We do have seats that will be available for the first come, first serve on seats. They'll be lined around the venue itself on the outside. We also have $100 tables of 4. I believe they're $100 tables of 4. I could be wrong. They might be a little less. I'm not sure. I should know this, but I don't. But Eventbrite does. So if you go to eventbrite.com and search for Small Town, you can definitely see what the tickets are. You can also go to our Facebook page or our website, and there will also be tickets available on that as well. But again, $10 gets you in a door. You're going to have a great time. You just are. So
absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Looking forward to it, Ben.
Yeah. So, all right, play us out. I'm going to put you guys on and look forward to hearing this song.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
All right. Take care, guys.
This is a song that we're going to do. It was probably one of the B hits, I guess, if you will. But when we started doing this, we got a lot of requests for this song, and I was kind of surprised because it wasn't on our initial set list, but it's called Minutes to Memories. On a Greyhound 30 miles beyond Jamestown, He saw the sunset on the Tennessee line, looked at the young man who was riding beside him. He said, I'm old, kind of worn out inside. Well, I worked my whole life in the steel mills near Gary. My father before me, I helped build this town. I'm 77 with God as my witness. I burned every dollar passed through my hands. My family and friends, they're the best things that I know. Through the eye of the needle, when they carry me home, yeah. It's to the minutes and minutes to memories. Like since where the streets that we have planned. You are young man, you are the future. So suck it up and tough it out and do the best you can. Yeah. Raided the old dog in the twilight's last gleam. He said, song, it sounds like rattling old bones. This house long, but I know some that are longer. By sun up tomorrow, I guess I'll be home. The hills Kentucky across the Ohio River. The old man kept talking about his life and his time. He fell asleep with his head against the pillow. Said, lost man's pillow is his peace of mind. This world offers riches, and riches grow wings. Man, I don't take stock in those uncertain things. No, it's to the minutes and minutes to memories. Like since where the streets that we have planned. You are young man, you are the future. So suck it up and tough it out and do the best you can. Yeah. So I know a lot of you know Chris and Lou, and Chris can sing pretty darn well himself, so you take this one, my friend. Okay.
Yo, man, in the fishing, it was hard for me to follow. I do things my way, paying off the high price. When I look back on that old man on the bus ride, now that I'm older, I can see he was right. It's another hot one down on Highway 11. This is my life, it's what I've chosen to do. No free rides, no one said it'd be easy. The old man told me this, my son, tell it to you. Thanks to the minutes and minutes to memories. That's just where the streets that we have planned. You are young man, you are the future. So suck it up and tough it out and do the best you can. Yeah.
Nicely, nicely, nicely done.
Thank you,
Love
sir.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. We're going to take this and we're going to leave you everybody now. I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Please like and subscribe. I got to start saying that again because
Share.
and share our stuff. That would be wonderful. We would appreciate it. That's how we grow organically, and we don't have to spend all that money on advertising, which is expensive.
Yep.
But yes, please make sure you come see us and make sure you see Small Town at wherever they're playing. Hopefully you come see them at Avenue 912, but make sure you go see them wherever they're playing.
Thanks,
and we will talk to you guys later. And everybody, take care.
Thank you.
Bye now.